All right, so my article is called Using Technology in Elementary Mathematics Teacher Education, a Sociocultural Approach. So this article just describes how teachers learn mathematics a certain way and how it affects their teaching. And it talks about incorporating technology and how to put that together with a social cultural approach and a constructivist approach. Um, so, appropriate use of computers in the teaching of mathematics may involve the way of a student's independent and assisted performances. Traditional mathematics instruction has emphasized using procedures, memorizing algorithms, doing exactly what a teacher wants the students to do, so that directive teaching and finding the one right answer. Mathematics was typically not a subject open for discussion in the past. Doesn't really involve creative thinking, debates, and there are alternative procedures or strategies for students to carry out on problems. Students prompted by a teacher follow the algorithm necessary to solve a problem, but they don't necessarily may not be able to solve it or understand why and how those algorithms answer the question. Um, and if one in order to solve this, they talk about the constructive approach being incorporated into the teaching. And when you have a constructivist approach, you have a mathematics community that is engaged in conjecture, debating, discovering, proving, and problem solving. It is important to understand how one can create such a classroom in order to have students fully flourish in a meaningful and engaging way. A constructivist approach toward learning has been widely used and suggested as a way to explain how people acquire new information. Learners in this type of classroom, learners create their own internal representations of the external world, and this view has been widely embraced by the mathematics community. And then this article goes into discuss the social cultural approach, and it talks about having a bridge between the constructivist approach and the social cultural approach. Um, from a social cultural perspective, learning of mathematics results from the active participation in a culturally accepted mathematics practice and is co-constructive by active and interactions between the learner and his or her culture. Um, to have this, one must create a classroom that bears a characteristics of an active, participatory mathematics community. Um, Students in this type of classroom social culture approach, students are given an opportunity to grapple with world problems by using tools such as manipulatives, geoboards, conventional and non-conventional symbols and representations, and generic and content-specific software to model mathematics in a variety of formats. The social cultural approach to mind views humans as coming into contact with the learning environment through the actions in which they engage in. And then into this, they talk about how you can solve this or incorporate this social cultural and constructivist approach in the classroom by incorporating more technology tools. And just short brief of what this incorporating technology can do is this. They mentioned that one of the major advantages that technology brings to the classroom is the emergence of an open-ended intellectual background, allowing for a variety of ideas to be explored. In such a setting, technology can be viewed as cultural tools that not only organize cognitive processes, but also transform classroom social practices. Overall, a teacher that has the constructivist and the social cultural approach bridged, and then including that technology piece, they can have a more meaningful, connecting, and diverse classroom that allows for open-ended discussions, creativity, and student exploration that is sparked by their interest and not really focused on that directive teaching. And this is so important for students to be able to flourish in the classroom and to see what they're fully comprised of. And that one right answer uh, needs to be completely omitted. There's so many alternative ways that students come up with, and teachers must encourage that in order to, like I said, flourish that student thinking, and they can learn from their peers through this method.